Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Rubbings Racing channel. Broadcasting live from the planet Earth and representing the voice of Rubbings Racing, I am your host, Kenbo76. You guys are just tuning in. This is round 2 of our third season of 2020 in our touring car division. Today we are at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the road course edition, though. Right now we're watching the console go around track. Hasn't been able to set a time yet, but we see our German driver Demobi out front right now, setting a good time at a 1:30.1, but we know that the console is also fast here as well. Seen him do well last year in this series and this track as well. I think it was last season or a series before, I can't remember, as he comes to the start-finish line. Let's see what kind of time he can put up there. And doesn't look like he's going to be able to post a time. Maybe he must have got a little bit. Oh, no, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Up to 7th, 1.7 behind Demobi right now. We have, take a look at the timings here. Stealth Sheep currently coming in 3/10 behind Demobi here. And like I said before, Light Blade being promoted up, I believe last season it was. Yeah, I believe it was Light Blade. Last season has been making noise since he came up from the reserves last year, and he is very fast here. Currently a half second off of the lead. Thorsten Schmidt, if you guys tuned in Sunday, you've seen him at the Silverstone and the first race of our season 3, 2020 season 3. I'll get it right here eventually, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen him. He took the win. Season 2. Well, yeah, we in season 2 or 3? 2, I guess. Okay, we're in season 2. Season 2. You see Light Blade go ahead and put it to bed right now, half second afterward. Thorsten Schmidt still out on the track. See if he can improve his time here. We only do 10-minute qualifying sessions and then a 10-lap race here, ladies and gentlemen. And then after this, we'll go back to another 10-minute qualifying session and then another 10-minute race. That's the way that we can, we don't do the reverse style in this series, and this is the only series I believe we don't do that in. I could be wrong. I'm just stepping into these right now. I did race last year in here, so if anybody's tuning in to see me race, you're going to hear me talk instead. I really doubt anybody's tuning in to see me race. I got one fan out there, and she's still at work, so nobody's here. So I will be announcing for the rest of this season, I suppose, in the touring car and possibly the GT3 as well. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, for all your continued support here at the Rubbings Racing at www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. If you guys want to sign up, you can check it out and get involved. We'd appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a subscription. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you'd see us like us to do here, ladies and gentlemen. As they're finishing up the qualifying session here. About 1 minute and 39 seconds left in this session before these guys got to finish up their final laps. Demobi currently sitting the pole at a 1:30.190. It's a pretty fast lap around here. Stealth Sheep coming in about 4/10 off of him. Actually 3.3 tenths of a second, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean. Stealth Sheep 3/10 behind him. Light Blade back to the pits, but back out on tracks. Can see if he can get one more. Looks like he's back out there. Still half a second off. Thorsten Schmidt, mentioned earlier, our GT3, our Silverstone feature race winner for the GT3 series, doing it in epic style there. We know he's a big fan of the GT3 series, and doing it great. Congratulations on a great win from him on Sunday. That guitar dude currently rounding out the top 5. Not too far off the lead either. You can see he's only 7/10 off of the lead. Then it's a little bit of a gap back to Bobby Dazzler. And Bobby Dazzler, regular here. I don't think he was there last season. I can't remember. I've been between so many seasons, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy. Good to have Bobby Dazzler on track. Uniclark as well. Uniclark a 1.28 currently, or 1.28 off of the lead, running a 1:31.479. So all these times are pretty close. 1.7 seems like a long way back for the console, but we know the console is going to be able to get it all put together here very, very fast in the last season. And we're looking for good things out of the console this year. You can see he's now in the pits. Uniclark coming across the line. Not able to make up any time here. Lion's Foot. Where's Scotty at today? Scotty in 9th place. A little bit off the pace. About 2.1 seconds behind Demobi right now. But he looks like he's going to be able to come back across the line and make another attempt at it here. with 1:45 seconds left. Some of the guys chiming in, Tros chiming in saying good luck to all the drivers. Gary Campbell's good luck to everyone from All Right Turkish. So we got a few guys chiming in. Hopefully we can get some fans out there chiming in with us and joining us on this Tuesday night. A little crazy out in the world today. If you're joining us, I promise you won't catch any coronavirus here in Rubbings Racing. I promise. They haven't figured out a way to get it through the microphones yet. So, safe environment, ladies and gentlemen. Please come in, grab some popcorn, and watch some of the best guys on Project Cars 2 on the PlayStation Network navigate Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. Everybody electing to take the Renault tonight, the Megane. So it's going to be an absolute show of drivers, ladies and gentlemen. Show of skill. Stealth Sheep up to third. Lightblade currently in fourth. Where's Lightblade at? I don't know if that's him behind who we watching here. Linesfoot coming across the line for the final time. It looks like not going to be able to improve his time, and it looks like Lecky now. We talked about Lecky earlier, and Lecky is looks like he's done for the day. Uniclark going to try to make another run at it, coming across the line. No improvement from him, and it looks like that's going to be the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. So get a quick snapshot of this qualifying effort, and we will be underway directly. And welcome back to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. That brief intermission there, so we get ready here. 10 laps is what we have here. Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. Full damage is on. Is there a mandatory pit in this one, guys? No mandatory pit in this one. I couldn't remember how the format goes on this one. I'm trying to follow all of these here. Riding on board with Uniclark, riding behind him right now. Actually on the roof cam. It's going to cycle through some of these cams. See Bobby Dazzler off to his right there in that red, white, and blue. And then you see that guitar dude in front of him as well. These guys wishing each other luck. It's going to be a hard-fought battle here, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys get ready to get green. A few minutes or a few seconds left here before these guys get ready to go. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and all your support. Like I always say, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk will get you guys signed up. If you guys want to get involved, head there and just follow the instruction there. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. 7th place, riding on board with Uniclark. You see Bobby Dazzler off to his right. Uniclark with a great start. It looks like he goes to the middle. Is going to split that guitar dude and Bobby Dazzler. Let's go here to the trackside. We can see him coming up the middle there. Uniclark making a great effort all the way up to 5th place. These guys now 3 wide coming into turn 1 behind it. A little bit of contact there in the middle. Uniclark bouncing off 2 cars on the outside. He was in the middle there. He was a meat sandwich, and now he's back there, back to still in 5th place, but he wanted to try to get a little bit more out of it. You see these guys come around turn 3 here, out around turn 4. You can hear the tires getting a little bit. Let's go back through the field here and see what Bobby Dazzler's up to. He gets a little bit wide. Looks like Lion's Foot gets pushed off. Evan gets pushed off here. Lecky gets through, and that guitar dude now, you can see Thorsten Schmidt now takes over the lead. Demoby now makes a move to the outside. And let's see if he can make anything happen. Meanwhile, Lightblade and Stealth Sheep behind these two as they come into turn 7 here, around turn 8 and 9. Looks like Demoby now taking the lead. Thorsten Schmidt in that baby blue car in 2nd place. He got Lightblade now pinching him off on the inside, trying to take that 2nd place away from Thorsten Schmidt. These guys are still side by side. And behind them you have Stealth Sheep in 4th place. Going back through the field here, we have the Consul now up to 5th place with about a 7th place qualifying effort, able to make up 2 places here as these guys come in at turn 10 and start up around turn 11 here. No, I don't know where I'm at. Let me put the map up here. I get confused where we're at here. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out of the final, out of turn 14, then back up towards the start-finish line. Demoby at the line. Let's see who's got it, ladies and gentlemen. Demoby. Then we got Lightblade. We got Thorsten Smith, Stealth Sheep, the Consul, that guitar dude, Uniclark, Lecky, Bobby Dazzler, and Lions Foot as these guys come up to the line. Let's see what happens here as they come into turn 1. Hard on the brakes. Looks like everybody gets through there. Demoby up front, Lightblade. It looks like who we got here, Uniclark, all the way back to 7th place. What happened to Uniclark? With a good start there, he had up to 5th place and got dropped back to 7th. Back up front, still a little bit of movement going on. We're looking at Lightblade still chasing Demoby, and behind him now we have Thorsten Schmidt under fire by Stealth Sheep. Stealth Sheep tries to make a move to the inside, and the Consul now wants to join in this party as these guys come down this long stretch here towards turn 7, ladies and gentlemen. Hard braking zone in this hard left-hand corner. These guys are going to have to make sure they gather it all together. Still side by side. Stealth Sheep makes the move to the inside of the Consul. Stealth Sheep now up to 4th place. The console back to 5th. That guitar dude about a second behind, 2 seconds behind the leader here. We're still keeping an eye on here as we see the console battling really, really hard with Stealth Sheep right now, all over the back of him. And now Stealth Sheep's putting a little bit of pressure on Thorsten Schmidt. Thorsten Schmidt was our GT3 winner on Sunday for our our feature race. Now he's trying to defend off a hard charging Stealth Sheep. You see the console come flying in the corner. Lecky going way out wide into the grass, able to collect it back together and get back in front of Uniclark. You can see on the timings on the left there, ladies and gentlemen. All these guys still within throwing distance of each other as we see Demoby now come across the line. Looks like he separates himself just a little bit from the rest of the field, except for that pesky Lightblade. Lightblade is still right there behind him. All these guys following the Pied Piper Demoby as he comes around the track here. Down to the first corner, hard on the brakes. He's going to make a move to the inside. You see the console making a move to the inside as well. Can he make it stick? No. Thinks better of it. Tire smoke coming off. Was going to try to take the position away from Stealth Sheep, but the console still going to have to remain in 5th place there. Meanwhile, that guitar dude creeping up behind the console as these guys now are starting to get a little bit racy as the laps are starting to wind down. Lap 3 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. Track temperature is 91 degrees Fahrenheit. The outside temperature is only 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Real-time world, real-time temperature here. So that's what we're going to try to mimic in today's race. Thankfully, it's not going to snow as we're watching all these guys come in. Lightblade now making a move to the inside of Demoby. Demoby runs way wide. Don't know if that was a racing incident or if he just lost control of the front end of his car. Now Demoby is fighting off a hard charger, Thorsten Schmidt, and behind him is Stealth Sheep. Stealth Sheep now looks like he's up to 4th place. Him and the console still having his battles there side by side. Guys won't leave each other alone as they come around turn 11 towards turn 12, and this hard braking zone, this hard right-hander, a little bit of contact there, but these cars are designed for this hard racing, and that's what these two right here are doing. Looks like the console has the advantage going in. Looks like he may have the advantage going out as well. The console able to make that pass, and now a little bit of contact. Looks like Stealth Sheep gets a little bit sideways, able to collect it together as that guitar dude try to go to the inside of him around turn 14, but not able to make it stick. And ladies and gentlemen, here they come, the whole pack. We got Lightblade, we got Demoby coming down, we got Thorsten Schmidt, the console, Stealth Sheep, that guitar dude in 6th place. All this about 3 seconds behind the leaders right now. Keeping an eye on this battle. There's a whole bunch of battles going on. Back to what Demoby's doing here. Demoby now to 2nd place. Lightblade has taken the lead late. We've seen Demoby last lap go off the track at turn 7 there. Not sure what happened. It allowed Thorsten Schmidt now to get back in this battle. And the console now up to 4th place. You can see the console into that pink Renault right there. The Renault, whatever you want to call it. You see him doing a good job holding that top 4, and then Stealth Sheep down to 5th place. I keep switching back and forth because there's 2 cars back there that look the same, so I want to make sure I'm calling them right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering why I keep putting the display on. I'm going to keep an eye right now. We have Stealth Sheep and that guitar dude in 5th and 6th. It looks like the console's a good target right now as we see Demoby now trying to make a move to the inside of Lightblade. Let's go here and see what's going to happen at the front of the pack now. Demoby looks like he's going to take the inside away from Lightblade as they come into turn 12, ladies and gentlemen. The Lightblade fights back to the inside. It looks like Demoby's going to try to maybe make a move, try to go underneath him and try to gain some speed down the front stretch here. He's definitely got the draft, and we've seen a great move by the console there in the background, making that pass on Thorsten Schmidt up to 3rd place. Let's go back here to Thorsten Schmidt and see what these guys are going to be up to now as they come across the line. Lap 5, ladies and gentlemen, halfway through. Lap 5 out of 10 as these guys still trying to figure it out who's going to finish this race here. Lightblade makes the move to the inside, cutting off Demoby's line. Thorsten Schmidt now back up to 3rd. The console wants to get back that position, get on that final podium spot, but it looks like he goes a little bit wide there, allowing Thorsten Schmidt to go forward a little bit. Meanwhile, looks like that guitar dude, no, Stealth Sheep. Yeah, that's Stealth Sheep. I'm sorry. Stealth Sheep on the back of the console. You can see him there. Has a similar livery as that guitar dude. That guitar dude and the number 54 Stealth Sheep and the number 53 look like teammates here. Side by side, Lightblade flashing his lights now. Demoby on the outside. Can he make anything happen? Looks like Lightblade may have got a slowdown penalty or something. We're not sure what's going on. A little bit of contact between him and Thorsten Schmidt going right there. It looked like a little bit of deja vu what happened between him and Demoby. And Lightblade gets a little sideways, able to hold it. Now these guys are beating and banging on each other. The console has to go way out wide, almost into the grass. Like Lightblade has his hands absolutely full as he goes back through the pack all the way to 5th place. Now under pressure by that guitar dude. Can the blade of light make it happen? Let's see here. Oh, and he goes wide. Looks like he gets into Stealth Sheep. Looks like Lightblade's having a little bit of problem with the handling on the front end of that car. He's got to make it wind it down a little bit, collect himself here. Lap 5, got 5 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Lightblade now on the outside of Thorsten Schmidt, on the inside, I'm sorry. Thorsten Schmidt now on the outside of that Qatar dude. This is going to be a drag race to the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. They touch a little bit. Oh, looks like there's contact at the line. Oh, who's involved? Looks like we got cars flipping. Bobby Dazzler, end over end over end, barrel rolling down the front stretch. Not sure what happened. Who was involved in that? Looked like Uniclark was involved. Bobby Dazzler is still not able to make it happen here. Looks like he may have a throttle stuck. That guitar dude involved, a lion's foot in guitar. Light blades involved. Lecky managed to get through that. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the top 5 in this running order. Demobi now pulled 2 seconds behind in front of the console. And Stealth Sheep now in a good position in that final podium position right now. Thorsten Schmidt able to creep through that mess too. And we can see Lecky back there. He's the last one through that mess. And then Lightblade, see all the damage on this car. See the fender coming off of it. 6 laps remain, or 6 laps gone. 4 laps remain. Do they come into the pit and try? Are they going to have enough time to salvage what they can out of it for a point stay? Or is he going to try to muscle it around? Don't see anything falling off of the car. Don't know if there's any hazards going to be coming off of that car, so that's going to be at their discretion, I suppose. Back to this third place battle, ladies and gentlemen. Stealth Sheep and Thorsten Schmidt. Looks like Stealth Sheep's now on the back of the console, wants to challenge Alex for that second place position. Stealth Sheep now creeping into the picture. It looks like these guys are going to get it all sorted out here. That was unfortunate, that incident down the front stretch there. We've seen it happening. This looked like just a chain reaction of a bunch of stuff. A little bit of chatter on the radio. And some guys had to go into the pits. Not sure if they retired their cars yet. You can see them coming through. But Demobi coming across the line first. Then we got the console now up to second. Stealth Sheep still behind him. Thorsten Schmidt now up to 4th place. And Lecky, by default, looks like he's going to have a pretty good day here. Top 5 finish. So good to see him on track here. And as long as he plays it smart and plays it right, looks like he should have a good day. It's a long way back to him, Lightblade, but we've seen the damage that occurred to Lightblade's vehicle during that front stretch mashup there on lap 6, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely going to make the highlight reel. Let's go back to the lead here. Demobi checking out the console, and Stealth Sheep, they're still within striking distance here. And we're not sure what happened to Thorsten Schmidt. He looks like he's about 2 seconds off of the pace with console here. He's about 3 seconds off of Demobi. Demobi currently setting... let's take a look at the timings here, ladies and gentlemen, see what lap times are. Demobi setting a 1:30.3. The console setting a 1:30.4. Who else is in the 1:30s? We have Lightblade setting a 1:30.0 currently. That looks like the fastest lap, ladies and gentlemen. A 1:30.080 currently sitting by a Lightblade. Thorsten Schmidt running a 1:30.7, flirting with the 1:31s, and I think that's it in the 1:30s. Somebody looked like somebody disconnected or somebody went down there. Not sure what happened there, but that's the way it stands, ladies and gentlemen. The console now up to 2nd place, being followed by Stealth Sheep. Let's go on the bumper of Stealth Sheep here and see if he can do anything with the console here. Riding on board with Stealth Sheep. Lap 8, 2 laps remain, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more times around here, and then we will have another 10-minute qualifying session, followed by another 10-minute race session. That's the way we do it here in this Touring Car Series, ladies and gentlemen. It's been that way since the beginning, and it's the way it's going to stay. It's a little different in this than it is the other one. So if you're new to what we're doing here in the Touring Car Series, we don't do the reverse style here. Do 10-minute quality, 10-minute lap, 10-minute quality, 10 laps, 10-minute quality, then 10 laps. And that's just the way we score the timing here. So riding on board right now with Stealth Sheep, currently about a second behind the console, trying to make something happen. You can see him late on the brakes. You can see Demobi going into the frame right there, going into turn 7 as he comes up around turn 8. All 3 of these guys within 2 seconds of each other. Thorsten Schmidt now back, just coming out of turn 8, headed down towards turn 9 here. Still in contention to maybe take a podium if one of these guys slip up, or if he finds a little bit of extra speed in the next 2 laps in this car right now. Tires may be going away, we're not sure. Let's go back to the track and see what our leader's up to. You see him coming out of turn 12, out around the turn, this hard left hairpin, turn 13. And then final turn 14 here, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes up towards the start-finish line. Bobby Dazzler pulling off to the left, knows the leaders are coming by him. Bobby Dazzler came around the corner, came around turn 14 on the lap 6 there with the rest of them guys, and he was flipping out of control, ladies and gentlemen. So Looks like he's going to have to go a lap down. Hopefully pull it together, get a good qualifying effort, and try it again next time. Good to have Bobby Dazzler on the track as always. The console currently running in second. We have Jason Hurley chiming in saying, Light Blade sorted out. You missed it, Jason. If you're just tuning in, there was a big accident on lap 6. Took about the last 3 or 4, maybe 5 guys, half the field. Somebody got a little loose. Light Blade got all tangled up in it. Bobby Dazzler was end over end about 4 or 5 times. Looks like Travis Pastrana trying to break the world records for how many times you could do a barrel roll in one straight. I forget what the record is, 8 or 9. He was pretty close. Bobby Dazzler was flipping. We had Uniclark was involved. Lion's Foot had some damage. Where's Lion's Foot at here? Lion's Foot looks like he's coming down the back straight here towards turn 7 here. A little bit of fighting with Light Blade here. You can take a look at Light Blade's car. You see he's banged up a little bit. Still has his fender on. Thankfully, there's I don't know what brand zip ties, but them zip ties they have on there. And he's got a bunch of steering damage we're hearing from his camp here. Coming lap 9, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to the line here around lap 14 for the final lap. Moby doing it in style like he always does, but being followed closely by the console here. Let's go to the bumper cam of the console here as we get into the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. This is lap 10. Coming down to it. Riding on board with the console, ladies and gentlemen. See if he can do anything with Demoby. Demoby has been leading this parade around for the most of the entire race. He's doing it in fashion in that green and black project cars. Renault, you can see riding along with the console here. We're going to go back to the track here as you watch these two slug it out. Stealth Sheep in 3rd place right now, doing a good job. He's got about a 2-second lead on Thorsten Schmidt, who sits in 4th place right now. Thorsten Schmidt's got to be pretty happy with that effort today here. Lecky doing a good job all the way back to 5th place. We're not going to go back to him because this is the final lap. We're going to keep an eye on this battle right here. This is going to be for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. You see the console in that number 8 Actual Vision pink and white Renault versus this, I believe it's a Project Cars 2, what's the Moby driver in there? No, it's also an Actual Vision. I think these guys are teammates here, so I never put that together. But very cool retro schemes on these as the Moby comes out of turn 11 here, down to turn 12. We're going to have hard on the brakes to the left, and the console now is all over the back of the Moby. If you make anything happen here as they come to the line, ladies and gentlemen, out around turn 13, this hard braking zone. They're back on the throttle, and the console is right there on Demoby. Demoby's going to have to be very defensive as they come to the line. Let's see if the console has anything for him right now. You see the console's now going to try to make a move. Going to try to swing it to the inside as they come to the line. Looks like Demoby's going to be able to get it, though, just at the line. Not by much, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. 0.7 of a second. The console tried his effort to get it done. Stealth Sheep coming across. Thornton Schmidt in 4th, Lecky coming across the line in 5th, and then we have a bunch of our damaged cars back here. These guys' pride are hurt, and their cars are a little banged up, but they're going to get it together here for the second race. We guarantee it. All these guys are very fast. They're only separated by 0.1 of seconds in qualifying effort. Light Blade coming across the line, 6th. Lion Blades in 7th. Uniclark, great start to the race. Not a great finish, though. Coming in 8th, probably had some damage. I seen him come around the corner, had some damage. Evan IRL coming in 9th place. As you see him coming out of the final, well, not the final corner yet here. And then Bobby Dazzler looks like he's going to remain a lap down here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in. Demoby takes Heat 1, ladies and gentlemen. That was our first 10-lap race. We're going to do a 10-lap qualifying. I'm just going to put the camera on here, and I'm going to go stretch my vocal cords because I got a race tonight. I got a race Thursday night. I got a race Friday night. I got a race Sunday night that I have to call. So I'm going to take a break here and let you guys do what you got to do. It's kind of an intermission with something to watch. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Intermission with entertainment. You guys can watch the action here. I'm going to get off mic. I'm going to take a picture of this screenshot so we know what the results were, and then we're going to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're still tuned in, we're in a 10-minute qualifying session here. I had to take a little intermission. About 4 minutes left, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this session here, ladies and gentlemen. It's always my favorite time to announce. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. Riding along with Thorsten Schmidt right here. We're seeing he's trying to improve his lap time here. Coming down to turn 7 here. In the cockpit with him, doing a pretty good job there. It looks like he goes wide just a little bit as he tries to navigate and goes back to the pit. Going to try to start it over again. Try to catch these lap times from the leaders right now. Demobi posting a 1:30.3. He was the first race winner, ladies and gentlemen. Our second race is going to be, how many laps is our second race, guys? 20 laps, ladies and gentlemen. I misled you in the sprint race. I guess we are doing a 20 lap feature race with the mandatory pit stop, correct? Mandatory pit stop, ladies and gentlemen. I am bringing you the action, and I'm bringing you the information live as I am getting it. 20 laps with a mandatory pit stop. Full damage is on for this race, ladies and gentlemen. So these guys have to be careful with each other. You've seen in the first race, if you tuned in, you can go back on the stream from about 10 minutes and 40 seconds there. You can see all the action starting to develop as these guys are right about this part of the track, right along with Demobi here. These guys are right along coming in turn 12, 13, and 14. You can see there was about 4 or 5 guys scrapping and beating on each other here, and it all developed. And as they come out of turn 14, it started down the front stretch. You can see it all just go crazy. Bobby Dazzler's rolling end over end. You see Lightblade get into the wall. 4 or 5 other guys involved in that. So they got to regroup. Not a big good point stay for Lightblade or Lion's Foot for that matter. Bobby Dazzler, Evan, he didn't have a good turn out there either. I don't know if he was involved in any of that, or Uniclark. We've seen Uniclark in the last race had a really good starting effort, but ended up finishing 8th. Had some damage in that lap 6 accident, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to take a look at that, like I said, you can go back to the stream. About 10 minutes and 30 seconds there. You can rewind it, check it out, and give us your opinion. Tell us what you think happened, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll take it to the stewards board, and I'm sure drivers are going to let us know what happened. We want your input. That's your assignment for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, riding along with, who were we riding along with? I think that was Thorsten Smith. No, that was Demobi. It was Demobi here. Coming through the S's here. Lightblade doing a great job in second place. Let's get back to the track here and see where these guys are at. I got their map up because sometimes I get a little confused on where they're at. I've done a million laps around here, and I still get confused on this track sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. You got to bear with me. Demobi setting a blistering pace, 130.3. Lightblade at 130.5. Stealth Sheep coming in at 130.6. You've seen him right there in it the last time by, but not able to get by Lightblade, or not able to get by the console and Demobi for that victory there. I think he finished in the top 3 there. Lecky, or that guitar dude, coming across the line in 4th. Can he improve his time? He does not. Where's Lecky at on track? Lecky currently coming around turn 10 right now. Tricky section right now. Currently running 5th place. Only half a tenth off of the lead, so he must have figured something out in the intermission here during that second practice session here. These guys were talking a little bit about handling issues, so looks like Lecky got something under control. Thorsten Schmidt doesn't look like he's a big mover here. Looks like he might be the loser right now, losing a little bit of space. He's 7/10 off of the lead, and I hate to say it like that, ladies and gentlemen. 7/10 doesn't sound like a loser here, but compared to where he was last time at this point, I think he may be a little slower than what he was. Lecky coming across the line, not able to improve. Thorsten Schmidt not able to improve either. Uniclark's in the pits. Bobby Dazzler, we've seen him going end over end. Hopefully he get rid of that vertigo and all that dizziness in between races here. Let's see where he's at. Coming across, coming down to turn 12, this hard right-hander. This is very technical section. This is where these guys were all getting together here, lap 6 in the last race. It was pretty incredible here. Have some guys still chiming in on the stream here. Jason Hurley. Damage is on except for the carnage. Yes, hopefully there's no carnage in this one. I think that was just an incident. Bobby Dazzler coming across the line, not able to improve at all. Where's Lion's Foot at? Lion's Foot now coming into turn 7, still on the power. Minute and 50 seconds remain in this session, ladies and gentlemen. A minute and 50 seconds remain. This is going to be the final laps wrapping up here. Looks like Lion's Foot still out there. Where's Stealth Sheep at? Stealth Sheep up to 2nd place. Where's the console? The console all the way back to 8th place. And looks like he's not going to be able to make any more efforts. 8th place, 9/10 off of the lead. Watching Stealth Sheep now as he comes around the final corner towards the start-finish line. See if he's going to be able to knock Demobi off of the pole. Looks like he's the only one to be able to do it. No, he does not, ladies and gentlemen. Does not improve. Thorsten Schmidt still out there. Under power. Looks like he's going to come around the final corners here. Turn 13. And coming out across the up to turn 14. We did see Stealth Sheep improve. I'm lying, ladies and gentlemen. He did not get the pole, but he did come within 5/100ths of a second. So Stealth Sheep right there knocking on the door. Lecky still out there. Looks like not under power anymore. Just doing that cool down lap. Bobby Dazzler looks like he's still under the power. We'll put the speedometer on here. Let's see if he can improve anything here as he comes out of the final corner, ladies and gentlemen. Still under the power. 30 seconds remaining. He's going to have plenty of time to get back to the line as he comes up here to try and improve his time for a better starting spot here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the road course. And he does, ladies and gentlemen. He gets up to 8th place. So top 8 finish for Bobby Dazzler, looking good. Demobi going to lead this off. 20 laps, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be 20 laps, and it's going to be mandatory pit stop. So these guys are going to get ready to ready up, and then once they're ready, I will bring you the action. It's going to be drop at the green. These guys are going to. And welcome back as these drivers get ready to go here, wishing each other luck on the track. We're going to go from this view here from way down at turn 1. This looks like it's going to be a great angle. We see Demobi lined up on our right, and we see Stealth Sheep lined up on our left. Those are the two guys. They were only 5/100 separating these two guys here, ladies and gentlemen. So it's going to be an absolutely great race. Right now, the outside temperature's 58 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's 91 degrees Fahrenheit on the track. These guys need to get ready and ready up because I'm sure they're running out of time here. Just a friendly reminder from your host, Kenbo76. Jason Hurley chiming in saying good luck to all drivers, and as RoboCop said, stay out of trouble. I know exactly what you're talking about. RoboCop. I remember watching him when I was a kid. Wow, that's a blast from the past. And ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go green, and Jason Hurley chiming in. I'm going to use his words, ladies and gentlemen. He's chiming in saying, here we go. And the lights are out, green is out, and these guys are getting ready to get it fired up and starting out. We see guys spreading out. Bobby Dazzler looks like he goes to the middle. Looks like Uniclark goes to the middle. Lightblade into the middle there. 3 wide as they come down towards the starting line, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who's going to give. Is that Stealth Sheep down? 4 wide behind Demobi. What are these guys going to do? Demobi gets through. Thorsten Schmidt up to 2nd place. Now Lightblade's going to challenge him on the outside for 2nd place. And Lightblade comfortably takes it now. Lecky now has Thorsten Schmidt under pressure, but Lecky also under pressure by Uniclark. And Stealth Sheep, the big loser in that one, ladies and gentlemen. All the way back to 7th now, rubbing fenders with the console. The console back to 7th place. Evan to 8th. Bobby Dazzler to 9th. Lionsfoot to 10th. And that guitar dude, not sure what's going on with him. Maybe playing it smart. Riding in the back of the pack here, knowing there's a mandatory pit stop. Just wants to keep his nose clean to stay out of trouble. Demobi coming through. Lightblade. Thorsten Schmidt. Lecky. Followed by Uniclark and Stealth Sheep. These guys are all coming up through turns 8 and 9 here. Coming around turn 9 over. Yes, it's turn 10, actually, ladies and gentlemen. Coming around turn 10 here. I'm going to put the map up for you. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Coming down to this hard left-hander. Turn 13. Looks like Demobi out front now, being chased by Lightblade. A little bit of complaining of some lagging going on the track. We're going to keep an eye on that. Thorsten Schmidt up to 3rd place. Lecky to 4th, followed closely by Uniclark, Stealth Sheep, and the console. Bobby Dazzler wants to get into the mix here. A little bit of distance between him and the console. Looks like the console's going to elect to go out of line and not stay in that slipstream, maybe to try to keep his engine cool as we see Demobi coming down to turn 1. Let's go back here to the leaders, ladies and gentlemen, to see what they're going to do. Demobi now towing this whole field around. Lightblade coming in 2nd behind him. Thorsten Schmidt up to 3rd. Stealth Sheep doing a great job all by himself, able to put a little bit of distance between him and the console. And now Bobby Dazzler has a pretty good battle going on between him and the console. We're going to keep an eye on this. And Uniclark in that green car behind him. You're keeping an eye on it, ladies and gentlemen. The console in that pink and white car. Bobby Dazzler in that red, white, and blue car. And then Uniclark in behind Bobby Dazzler in that green car. As you see the whole entire line come down the field here. These guys are still all racing pretty good. Back to the lead. You see Demobi come through. You see Lightblade go through. Stealth Sheep looked like he had a little bit of a time penalty. Able to get rid of it. Up to 4th place now. A 2nd behind these guys. Able to weave his way up through there and get past the console. Looked like he's having a really good run here. Stealth Sheep, we've seen him only 5/100ths off of the lead for the pole there, for that pole position. But Demobi able to take it away. Demobi was our sprint race winner. Only not by very much, by a blink of an eye over Lightblade. I can't remember what the timing was on it, ladies and gentlemen, but looks like it's shipping up to be another good race here with a mandatory pit stop. Lap 2 out of 20, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a long one here. The outside temperature is 58 degrees Fahrenheit, and the track temperature is 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Looks like it's probably going to stay there for the remainder of the day. Medium cloud and clear is in the forecast. So far these guys are being, hey, we're taking a look at the Light Blade now. Light Blade, what's he going to do? He's going to try to make a move to the inside of Demobi. Demobi closes the door on him, though. Light Blade's got to get out of it a little bit and allow Thorsten Schmidt to catch up just a little bit. Stealth Sheep being very, very quiet back here. Very stealth-like. Doing a very good job, just minding his own business behind Thorsten Schmidt. Sees these battles going on up front here between Lightblade and Demobi, and knows that the harder these guys race, the closer he's going to be able to get to them guys. The console now comfortably back to 5th place. You can see him coming into the frame there. Behind him we have Bobby Dazzler. Behind him in the green car is Uniclark. See him coming. Lecky back to 8th place, and then Lions Foot's up to 9th place here. It looks like Evan and that guitar dude around the back of the field here. Lap 3 out of 20, ladies and gentlemen. Demobi doing a good job out front. Lightblade still following them closely, and Thorsten Schmidt, that is your top 3. www.rubbingsracing.co.uk will get you a ticket to some of your cleanest, friendliest sim racing on the PlayStation, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to join, hit that website. If you want to buy us a coffee, you can always donate as well. All of our donations always go back into our community for better prizes and to make the community a better place to race, as none of the proceeds go to any staff members or anybody involved, as we all do this for absolute free, just for the love of the game. This is all for fun. Demobi still leading them around. Lap 4 out of 20, ladies and gentlemen. Lightblade in tow. Thorsten Schmidt a little bit behind these guys. The Stealth Sheep now about 1.5 seconds behind. We see Lightblade try to make a move last time by. He's going to study Demobi's line just a little bit more here as they come around turn 3, ladies and gentlemen. For the 4th time today. This is our feature race of our Touring Car Division 1. If you're just tuning in, we've seen Demobi win the first race only by a fraction of an inch over Lightblade, and that was an epic battle there. We see, looks like the console went off. May have been a little bit of glitch there. Not sure what was going on. Let's go down through the field here. Let's see where Bobby Dazzler's at. Bobby Dazzler currently up to 6th place, 4 seconds behind the lead right now. We've seen him running behind the console. A little battle going on here between Lions Foot and Uniclark. You see Lions Foot in 8th place, Uniclark in that green car up in 7th place there. It looks like Lions Foot having a better run at it this time. Didn't get too much damage like he did last time. So still has the car in one piece. Still able to battle as he gets up all over the back of Uniclark. Now making a dive to the inside as they come around turn 10 here. Turn 10. Out around this long sweeping right-hander, turn 11. Get rid of the center face here. And watch what these two guys are going to do. Get back to Lions Foot. Lions Foot able to take that position away up to 7th place. Good run by him. Let's see what Uniclark is going to dive into the pits. We got our first taker into the pits. Thorsten Schmidt also into the pits as well. So we have two of the guys coming into the pits as well. Thorsten Schmidt looks like they're in. They put him down. They drop the tires. Doesn't look like he's going to change. Just a little bit of fuel. Maybe an adjustment on the suspension and gone. He is gone and down. You see Uniclark now in, and Lecky also coming in as well. Going to keep an eye on these pit stops here, ladies and gentlemen. You see Uniclark now into his pit stop. They got him up in the air. Doesn't look like they're going to change tires. A little splash of fuel, wipe off the windshield, tear off a wind, and gone. Lecky is gone. Lecky is a stop and go. Just a splash of fuel when he's gone. Able to make up a position in the pits, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the lead. Let's see what Lightblade's up to. Lightblade now at the 2nd place still, and Stealth Sheep now up to 3rd place, but I think he may have picked that up from Thorsten Schmidt. We've seen Thorsten Schmidt surrender that 3rd place position to come into the pits, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ask me how I know that, but I just do. I can't believe I just remembered that. That was awesome. Sorry. Anyway, back to the action. The console now making a little bit of a wide move on Stealth Sheep, but Stealth Sheep able to hold them off here as they come around turn 11. Down towards turn 12, toward this hard right braking zone here. You see tire smoke coming off of them black wheels of that Actual Vision pink car. The console now diving into pit lane. The Stealth Sheep going to stay out. Let's see what the console's going to do. Let's ride aboard with him here as he comes into pit lane. Is anybody else going to come in? We've seen Lecky come in. We've seen Uniclark come in. We've seen Thorsten Schmidt in last time by. Looks like the console's going to be the only one in this time by. He's going to come up to his pit stall. This is a very long, drawn-out pit lane, ladies and gentlemen. Very long and drawn out. We're going to keep an eye on him. Let's go back to the lead and see what these two suspects up front are up to. About 1.3 seconds separates these guys here, Demobi and Lightblade, and Stealth Sheep now creeping into the picture behind Lightblade. Let's see what these two are going to do. This may be a battle developing here, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 6 out of 20. Still a long way to go here. This is a epic battle happening here. If you're interested in the scheduling for Rubbings Racing, tonight we are at Indianapolis Motor Speedway with the road course division in our touring car division 1. I'm not sure where we are next week. I had a difficult time finding the schedule. I will get that to you before the end of the race if I can get somebody to give me that information during a pit stop or something. Thursday night we are going to be at Imola with the GT4 Open Class. It's our 25th anniversary, or 25th running of Thursday Night Lights. Pretty special deal, man. 25 different times we've done this. The GT4 is a very popular car choice. There's a lot of different cars that could do pretty good there, so it's going to be pretty fun. If you guys want to tune in to watch that, Thursday night, 8 o'clock, as we're watching Stealth Sheep now dive off into pit lane. The console way out of the pits here. I missed that here. Demobi also into the pits. Our leader into the pits. Stealth Sheep into the pits. Lightblade elects to stay out all by himself to lead a lap. Maybe get a bonus point. Not sure how it works there. Lightblade now. I guess we're looking at the flag man for some reason. Nothing going on up there, Mr. Flagman, huh? Anyway, we can hear Lightblade. Not sure where he's going, but let's go down here and see what Evan's up to. Evan's in 6th place right now. Coming around the leaders as they are in the pits. Looks like he's going to gain a position. Hasn't been into the pits yet. And now we're going to see what Demobi's down and out. Stealth Sheep is down and out. Bobby Dazzler is down and out as well. So looks like Uniclark into the pits one more time. Oh, no, that wasn't Uniclark. That was myself. I have the same car as Uniclark. Freaked myself out. Freaked at myself. Lightblade currently sitting out front. Going back through the schedule, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday nights this week. Thursday night is going to be... Thursday Night Lights, like I said, Imola with the GT4 class, our 25th running of Thursday Night Lights. Be sure to check it out. Lobby is pretty much full. It's going to be absolutely epic, man. Epic. Friday night, we have the Ginetta GT5 series, North American Challenge. And speaking of Indianapolis road course, that's where we're going to be with the Ginettas. That's going to be absolutely epic. If you didn't get a chance to see the first round at Watkins Glen Short, you got to tune in. Check out our Rubbings, or check out our YouTube channel at Rubbings Racing, and check out all the action from last Friday night. It was absolutely epic. Let's go down through the field here and see what the console's up to. Looks like he's getting ready to be in a battle here with Stealth Sheep and Thorsten Schmidt now trying to come into this battle as well. You see the console lagging around just a little bit. Doesn't look like it's going to get him into any trouble, though. Let's see here. Saturday nights we have our LMP2 division. That's not broadcasted right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's within the racing community. That's always very fast, though. We have some very fast guys in there as well. Sunday nights we do the GT3 League. If you didn't tune in last week, what did we do last week? I can't remember. It's been absolutely crazy. Silverstone, that's right. Silverstone GP last Sunday evening. Two nights ago, actually. That was our first race of the season for our GT3. Thorsten Schmidt took the feature race on that. I'm having a hard time who won the sprint race. And then that's all of our series. We had a Formula Renault series happening, but I think the interest was kind of lost in that. It was kind of an experimental league. It kind of worked out. Also tonight we have the Touring Car 2 divisions, which are the Clio Cup. That's also not televised. That's a work in progress because there's a lot of great racing that goes on there. Speaking of great racing, watching this battle right now between the console and Stealth Sheep, ladies and gentlemen. This is for 5th place. Stealth Sheep has it. The console wants it as they come down to this hard braking zone. In turn 7, the console going to try to make it happen right now. Didn't see Big Al chime in tonight for the console. Normally he has a fan out there. Jason Hurley, though, so far so good. He says Stealth Sheep is under the radar. Yes, he is. Stealth Sheep making some noises here. Let's go to the timings and see what people are up to. Lightblade currently, his best lap is a 1:30.5. That's a pretty quick lap going down through the field here. Let's see who else is behind him. We have Stealth Sheep at a 1:30.5 flat. Lightblade had a 1:30.514. We have Demobi coming in at a 1:30.47. And then Lecky coming in at a 1:30.7. So those are the guys that are in the 1:30 range. The console also coming in at a 1:30.3. So lap 8, that was his fastest lap. That was last time by. These guys are setting pretty fast laps. They're going to get a little bit faster, but kind of give you a cue of where these guys are sitting right now. We have a great battle right here. Where are we at? Looks like the console now. Making a move to the inside. We have some guys in the pit. Lion's Foot taking his pit. Looks like he's coming out. Evan also in the pit as well. Let's go back to the lead here and see what's developing at the front. Thorsten Schmidt now up to 4th place, and Lightblade back into the picture now. All 3 of these guys and Bobby Dazzler now on the back of these guys. Let's get rid of the interface here and just watch these guys race. This is absolutely epic as these guys come around turns 4, 5, and 6 through this little chicane area here. Lightblade all over the back of Thorsten Schmidt as they wind up through the gears. Looks like he's got a good run in the toe here as they come down towards turn 7, ladies and gentlemen. Thorsten Schmidt on the brakes. Lightblade trying to make a move to the inside, thinks better of it, goes back in line, not able to make that pass, but he knows he's got to go if he wants to make up any time, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to the line, it's going to be lap 10, halfway through, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of these guys have already taken their pit stops. Didn't see any tires being taken, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't take them because the graphic just may not have showed that. Lightblade currently following Thorsten Schmidt. We have the console all over the back of Stealth Sheep. There's 2 battles here, all happen with about a second of each other. You see Stealth Sheep in the console in your frame right now. Coming into the frame right behind them, you see Thorsten Schmidt in that baby blue car, Lightblade in that blue and white car, and then Bobby Dazzler in that red, white, and blue car. All 3 of these guys all within striking distance of each other. Demobi has pitted, Stealth Sheep has pitted at the console, Thorsten Schmidt and Lightblade all have pitted. Bobby Dazzler has pitted as well. Lecky and that guitar dude, I believe, all have pitted. I think everybody has gone through their pit cycle now, so this is as it stands, ladies and gentlemen. Demobi is leading the race halfway through lap 10 of 20. Full damage is on. Most of these guys have taken their pit stops, like we just said. Well, Demobi currently setting a pace right now, 3.7 seconds out of the lead. Stealth Sheep now are 3.4 seconds behind Demobi. I'm sorry, out in front. The console all over the back of Stealth Sheep right now. These guys are doing a really good job battling each other. Looks like the console may have wore his equipment out a little bit. See Thorsten Schmidt now under pressure by Lightblade, and Bobby Dazzler's just hiding in the wind right there. We have that guitar dude and Lecky also coming into the picture as well, with Lion's Foot coming in a 9th place. 12 seconds behind the lead. Scotty doing everything he can to hold on to the back of the pack here. Doing a great job tonight. Good, always good to have him on board. Demobi currently out front. 10 second, lap 10, not 10 seconds, lap 10, ladies and gentlemen. Going to go back here to this battle. Exactly where they were last time as they come through here. And we got an epic battle going on here. Lightblade now being challenged to the inside by Thorsten Schmidt. Thorsten Schmidt able to take that position away. I'm not sure if he was in front or behind, but it looks like if he was, he defended his line pretty well. Let's go ahead and take away this interface now. Lightblade taking a move back to the inside. Thorsten Schmidt may have lost a little bit of momentum coming through that allows Bobby Dazzler to get by as well. Bobby Dazzler got to close his eyes on this section of the track because last race at about lap 6, he was upside down and right side up and upside down and right side up multiple times. You can see the console now and Stealth Sheep side by side coming into turn 1. Looks like the console has the advantage. Lightblade now up in front of Bobby Dazzler, and Thorsten Schmidt now shoveled all the way back to 6th place. 6th place, Thorsten Schmidt. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your top 6. They're all within striking distance of each other, except for Demobi. You can see Demobi going way out of the frame there every once in a while, but these guys are all racing very hard, ladies and gentlemen. This is for 4th, 5th, and 6th place. Lightblade currently in 4th in that dark blue and white car. He's behind him is Bobby Dazzler in that red, white, and blue car with the yellow mirrors, and behind them in 6th place is Thorsten Schmidt in that baby blue and white car, teal and white, whatever color you want to name it there. He matches the bumpers, or the curves on the track. Let's go back to the action in the front here. Look at Stealth Sheep. Looks like Stealth Sheep able to not hold off the hard-charging console. Console not able to make up any time on Demobi, though. As you see the timings on the left, 3.4 seconds still behind Demobi. Racing with Stealth Sheep right there. Cost him a little bit of time, but Demobi is on another planet when it comes to these touring cars. You've seen it last season. He was the last season's champion. He did it in style, and it looks like he's off to a really good start this season as well. Keeping an eye on the battle here. Going back to this battle between Lightblade, Stealth Sheep, and Bobby Dazzler. Oh, I'm sorry, Lightblade, Bobby Dazzler, and Thorsten Schmidt as they come across the line, ladies and gentlemen. 6 seconds behind the leader, this is. And as you can still see the console and Stealth Sheep coming into your frame on the bottom here. Let's get rid of the interface. You can see these guys coming into the frame. And then Lightblade going way out wide, diving it in. Going way wide. Lightblade with a rare mistake into the grass. Looks like he's going to have to cut it off a little bit just to save the argument for a penalty, and he may have to give them positions back. We're not sure what's going to happen here. Looks like, yeah, he's probably going to get a slowdown penalty or just good sportsmanship like we have here in Rubbies Racing, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Dazzler up to 4th place. Thorsten Schmidt now to 5th, and Lightblade with that mistake coming out of turn 1 now surrenders back to 6th place. Let's see what's going on in the timing sheets, ladies and gentlemen. See what the timing penalties are. Demobi still has a clean record. The console also still has a clean record, but here we start handing out the warnings or the penalties. Stealth Sheep has a 2-second penalty. Got to keep that in mind if you're following him. Bobby Dazzler has a 1-second penalty as well. Thorsten Schmidt has a 1-second penalty as well. Lightblade did not get a penalty for that. He just slowed down and let them guys go back out in front of him. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the penalties right now. Lion's Foot also has a 1-second penalty. So, the big loser right now, Stealth Sheep, with that 2-second penalty. If he wants to overcome anything, he's going to have to do it in the time charts, ladies and gentlemen. On board right now with Stealth Sheep. Speaking of him, right now in 3rd place behind the console. Going to cycle through the onboard views here as we're riding along. Those are customary ride along here. The Kenbo 76 always does. I like to do it with each driver, and right now we're going to do it with Stealth Sheep. You can see him on the back of the console, about the 400-meter mark. They're getting hard on the brakes in the turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. This hard right-hand turn, and then back to the left. Try to maintain the weight on the car, and then back to the right again. It's a balancing act when you're trying to set the car up. Coming up, a goofy right-hander that it leads into this chicane, which you can also get time penalties on, which a lot of these guys do. This is turns 5 and 6. That chicane, as you see now, coming up on the back of the console, coming down this long stretch, making all this horsepower, almost the entire length of the front stretch on this track. Hard on the brakes then, making this hard left, trying to stay on the curb as much as you can, but not taking as much to get a penalty. And then here up around turn 8, and then it's hard right turn 9. So we're back behind him here, still chasing the console here, ladies and gentlemen. The race is halfway over with our customary ride along. Still chasing the console here. This long right-hander sweeper 11, then hard on the brakes to turn 12. This hard right-hander. This is where a lot of guys get a little upset and get a lot of fenders banging. Out around turn 13, this left-hander here. If you get it right, it feels good. If you get it wrong, we've seen Bobby Dazzler get wide a few laps ago. And then this is turn 14, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the line. Positions are exactly the same where we picked them up 1 lap ago. This is 3rd place, and that was your customary ride along, thanks to Stealth Sheep and the Rubbings Racing channel, ladies and gentlemen. Back out front, Bobby Dazzler to 4th place here. Lightblade still on the back of Bobby Dazzler, and Thorsten Schmidt now going to go back to the track and check these guys out, ladies and gentlemen. This is always good action here. They got a little bit of onboard action with Thorsten Schmidt right now. Looks like he's doing a great job, and we're going to go back to, I don't want to do that. I want to go back to the track. I like watching this from the track side in the booth, ladies and gentlemen. Thorsten Schmidt getting a little bit out of shape there on the back of Lightblade. We're seeing Lightblade to 5th place. Bobby Dazzler up to 4th place. See Lightblade 2 laps ago get a little loose coming out of turn 1, going wide, not able to get back on the track, cut through the grass, had to give a couple positions back and didn't get a penalty. Stealth Sheep, where's he at on the track? 2-second penalty. That's going to put him 4 seconds behind the lead, but with that 2-second penalty, we'll drop him back to 6 seconds. But still could give him a top 3 finisher, ladies and gentlemen, because he has about a 2.5, almost 3-second lead over Bobby Dazzler. So if Bobby Dazzler can get his car in the wind here and maybe try to find somebody to race with, which he is, looks like he's busy with Lightblade for the time being. Coming into turn 12, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we talked about that section where guys can get in a little bit of trouble. Thorsten Schmidt coming into the picture as well, cutting through that tire smoke. Bobby Dazzler doing a great job right now, holding that position at the console. Let's go back here and see what the console's going to do on Stealth Sheep. These guys have been working on each other the entire race. Coming to the line for lap 15, ladies and gentlemen. 5 laps to go. These guys have taken their pit stop. The console making a move to the outside in that pink car. Stealth Sheep to the inside with the yellow mirrors. Let's see what's going to happen in turn 1. We see Lightblade make a mistake a couple laps ago. Console makes a move to the inside, makes that crossover move, not able to make it happen there. Stealth Sheep, very defensive driving, very clean, saying if you're going to get around me, you got to do it a little better than that. The console, and he's going to try it again. The console all over the back of Stealth Sheep, and trying to make it happen here. Coming up through the chicane where they were last time. The console was in front of him last time by. Not sure what happened back there, but Bobby Dazzler, Lightblade, and Thorsten Schmidt are all now in this picture. A long way back to Lecky there in that yellow car. You can see him coming down the backstretch here. I'm going to give a huge shout out to everybody showed up tonight, for all the mods and marshals and all the staff member who were involved here. It's been a lot of hard work over the last week or two, guys, and we've really pulled it together, and great racing on track tonight as well. Thanks for all the drivers showing up tonight as well. You guys are what make rubbing racing what it is. Keeping an eye on this battle right now. The console in behind Stealth Sheep all over the back of them. I like to go to the bumper cam on this one, ladies and gentlemen. This is great close action. Riding on the bumper of the console all over the back of Stealth Sheep as they come out of turn 14. Headed down to the start-finish line. This is coming to lap 16, ladies and gentlemen. You can see Demobi just crossing the line up there. Lap 16, riding on the bumper cam of the console for in third place. He was up in second. Let's see what happens here as they come down to turn 1. See if he can make anything happen. He's got the speed. Don't know if he's going to be able to outbrake him or outmaneuver Stealth Sheep as they come into turn 1. See that all that tire smoke that Stealth Sheep is throwing down and not able to do it, but great close action here. As you can see the decals and the sun shining on the back of that Renault. Go back to the track, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what Bobby Dazzler's up to. Bobby Dazzler's watching all. We're going to watch the action from Bobby Dazzler's camera here on his bumper cam as well. You can see all the action going on in front of him, and he's just waiting for one of these two guys to get together or get sideways or get a little out of shape, and then he's going to be right there in the mix as well. Let's go back here and see what Lightblade's up to. Riding on the bumper of Lightblade now, trying to make a move to the inside of Bobby Dazzler. Not able to make it happen, and trying to crisscross back and forth as he comes around turn 8 down to turn 9 in this turn 10. This is turn 10 right here, ladies and gentlemen. Coming around turn 11, you see Bobby Dazzler doing a good job shaking off Lightblade. As Lightblade now trying to figure out how he's going to be able to get around him and still maintain that distance between him and Stealth Sheep to try to get maybe a podium position out of this race here, ladies and gentlemen. You see Lightblade got messed up on lap 6 last time by, and is going to try to make it up this time by. New to the series last year, was promoted up from the Clio Cups Touring Cup Division 2, and doing a great job here in Division 1. Coming to the line here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to the track and give you guys all the action right now. Demobi currently 5 seconds out as the console makes a move to the inside. What's going to happen this time, ladies and gentlemen? Looks like the console is going to be able to secure that position. I don't know what happened to the cameraman there, but looks like Stealth Sheep able to fight back on the inside. Now the console is going to fight back on the inside to this turn as well. It looks like the console is going to have the advantage, but now Stealth Sheep doesn't like it that he's out in front of him. The console is moving around the track just a little bit. Looks like an internet connection, but looks like he's been able to put a little bit of separation now between him and Stealth Sheep. Bobby Dazzler looks like he's now under pressure by Lightblade. Lightblade making a move to the outside, and Thorsten Schmidt there able to make a move as well to catch that draft. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place. First place, Demobi is gone out in front. 6.5 seconds out in front here. We're watching Bobby Dazzler now try to get that position back away from Lightblade. Lightblade currently sitting in 4th place. Stealth Sheep in 3rd place, but Stealth Sheep has a 2-second penalty, so it's up to Stealth Sheep whether or not he gets a podium finish or whether or not he gets a 4th or 5th place finish. And the way they're running right now, he's got to run that machine for everything it has right now. Currently the console 2nd, Stealth Sheep in 3rd. Lightblade holding off Bobby Dazzler as they come out of turn 14. And no, Bobby Dazzler goes to 6th place now as Thorsten Schmidt goes all the way to the inside. Bobby Dazzler has to go outside. Takes out a couple cones with him there. Come across the line, lap 18. 2 laps remaining, ladies and gentlemen. It's winding up to be an absolute great finish here. Jason Hurley chiming in saying Lightblade is going cross country. Lightblade has got to get it going if he wants a podium finish out of here right now. Currently sitting in 4th place. Stealth Sheep has a 2-second penalty. Let's go to the timings and see what Lightblade has. Last time we looked at the timings, he did not have any penalties, and currently right now he does not, so he would be the big beneficiary right now. The console does not have any penalties either, so the console doing a good job just riding right there. He doesn't really need to fight off the Stealth Sheep that hard, but Stealth Sheep is not going to let him take it that easy. We know the competitive spirit that all these guys have here, and he's not just going to turn over and let them have it, ladies and gentlemen. The console, they're doing a great job in 2nd place, fighting off Stealth Sheep, and now Lightblade up to 4th place, doing a great job getting around Bobby Dazzler a few laps ago. And Thorsten Schmidt also able to get around Bobby Dazzler. Bobby Dazzler coming up in 6th place behind the entire field here, ladies and gentlemen. Going to get rid of this interface. We have 2 laps remaining here, and we're going to keep an eye on these guys. Had a little bit of internet right there. Not sure what happened. Looked like somebody might have went off the console in 2nd place. Bobby Dazzler now looks like he's going to challenge Thorsten Schmidt to the inside, but now Thorsten Schmidt's now looking to the inside of Lightblade. Lightblade now is going to have to give that position away. He's got a hard charge, and Bobby Dazzler coming in behind him as well. And looks like Bobby Dazzler is going to try to have to pick a line here where he wants to go coming down to turn 1. Lap 19 of 20, ladies and gentlemen. 2 laps remain as we come down to turn 1. You see the console. I hope he can hold his internet connection. Looks like he glitched out a little bit. Stealth Sheep to 3rd. Thorsten Schmidt up to 4th. Looks like Thorsten Schmidt, I'm sorry, yeah, to 4th. Lightblade to 5th. And Bobby Dazzler now to 5th. Lightblade, the console disconnected. We thought it was going to happen. A little bit of contact there between Lightblade and Bobby Dazzler. What happened there? Looks like Lightblade may have turned in on him. Wasn't aware that he was there. Not sure what happened. They're going to have to look at that after the race. Meanwhile, Lightblade gets that position up to 3rd place. Stealth Sheep, meanwhile, takes over the lead. And what happened to Demobi? Don't know what happened to Demobi, ladies and gentlemen. We missed it. I totally missed what was going on. I apologize for that. Our championship leader now, I believe he's the championship leader, back to 5th place with 2 laps to go. Now Stealth Sheep takes over the lead. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what happened. That was off camera. We thought he had it under cruise control. I didn't see what happened. I heard a little bit of radio chatter, and I apologize. I didn't hear what was going on. So Demobi now back to 5th place. That is unfortunate. He had the entire race, led the most laps, won the first sprint race, and was doing a great job here. He had 2 laps to go. He was leading the race. We don't know what happened. Back to 5th place. We'll have to get some comments after the race. Stealth Sheep now inherits the lead, but we know he does have a 2-second penalty. Let's see where Thorsten Schmidt is at. Thorsten Schmidt has a 1-second penalty. Lightblade is clean. So Lightblade currently 2 seconds behind the lead, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep an eye on this battle as they come lap 20. Final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Lightblade has to get it going. Has to finish 2 seconds. He's already in that 2nd place position. He needs 1 second for 2nd place. He needs 2 seconds for 1st place, and that's a separation I'm talking, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Stealth Sheep, though, has figured something out and now has put a 2-second lead on Lightblade. Thorsten Schmidt now is in position to win this race. He has a 1-second penalty, so we're going to see what happens here. This is going to be very, very, very close at the end of this race. Stealth Sheep doing a good job coming through turn 8 and turn 9 for the final time. Coming up to turn 10, Stealth Sheep doing everything he can to try to make up as much time to keep that 2-second gap between him and Lightblade. If Lightblade can close that gap just a little bit, he can walk away with the victory. Keeping an eye on the timing boards on the left, ladies and gentlemen. You can see Lightblade's 3.2 seconds behind Stealth Sheep right now. Coming up to the final corners. Coming up to turn 13 right now, ladies and gentlemen. For the final time, Stealth Sheep looks like he's going to remain in control. Looks like Thorsten Schmidt, however, is going to win this race, I believe, if it all pans out right. Stealth Sheep comes across the line first. Thorsten Schmidt comes across second. We have Lightblade coming across third. Still a battle going on between Bobby Dazzler and Demobi for 4th and 5th. They come across the line 4th and 5th. You see Lecky in that yellow car coming out of turn 14 in the 6th place. You see Uniclark now charging a challenging Lions Foot challenge Uniclark for that final position, and it's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Uniclark's going to be able to take it. Evan still coming through the midsection of the track, and Thorsten Schmidt was able to secure the victory, ladies and gentlemen, due to a time penalty. Let's take a look at the timings on board here, and you guys can see it like we did here. Thorsten Schmidt taking it with that 1-second penalty. Stealth Sheep crossed the line first and was unable to secure the victory because of that penalty. Lightblade the 3rd, Guitar Dude the 4th. What a great run by that Guitar Dude in the end. Bobby Dazzler with a 2-second penalty dropped down to 5th. Demobi to 6th. We're hearing some reports that it may have been a curb. We're not sure what happened. Lecky to 7th, Uniclark to 8th, Lions Foot to 9th, and Evan rounding out the top 10. Sucks that the console disconnected because he was going to be there in the end of it, but everybody Thank you guys for tuning in. Tune in next Tuesday night, same time, same channel, and we'll do it all again. Different track. I don't have the information for you, but we will get it taken care of, ladies and gentlemen. For everybody here at Rubbings Racing, oh, no, I'm sorry, Thursday night, tune in to our Thursday Night Lights, 8 o'clock GMT, for our GT4 at Imola. It's going to be absolute great fun. GT4 Open Class at Imola, and help us celebrate our 25th running of Thursday Night Lights. For everybody here at Rubbings Racing, I am your host, KenBo76. Until we meet again, thank you for tuning in. God bless, and good night.